What is good, everybody? Man, it's your boy Jay in the building. We is back again with another video. Shout out to all the supporters so far. Before I get into this video, man, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and share with anybody and everybody, man. Now, oh man, I just want to say shout out to Coach Dancy. Shout out to Mississippi Valley State, man. Yo, they are doing some astronomical things over there down in Mississippi. And I ain't talking about Jackson State either. Oh, Mississippi Valley State. Oh man, first of all, if there's any team in the SWAC that I empathize with the most, it's definitely this team. I played for Livingstone College in Salisbury, North Carolina. And we have a history of going 1-9, 0-10, 2-8. 4-7, 3-8, like all of that. So to see what Valley State is doing, it's extremely beautiful. Like it's honestly pretty dope. And they already won more games than they ever had since 2012. I think they won 5 games in 2012, and they haven't won no more than 3 games up until this past season. So, and they were in every game. They could have beat Jackson State. They almost beat FAMU. Like that, they ended their season on a 2-game winning streak. So this team is definitely on the come up. They're returning 3 offensive linemen. They're returning their leading rusher who had 1,000 yards this year, and they're returning their leading receiver. So they are on their way, definitely. But the recruiting that they've been doing since the end of the season, it's been dangerous. And we're just gonna run off most of the names that they've recruited so far, starting with Jamari Jones. Jamari Jones, the #1 quarterback in JUCO, in the nation, a former 4-star. We're gonna watch his highlights in the next video. But yeah, he's 6'3", 210 pounds. Like, we're gonna watch his highlights. But cause I haven't watched anything. But man, this dude is dog. How did they get a former 4-star? But the weapons that they got for him, Tenoris Brookins the second, 6'2" receiver out of East Mississippi Community College. Cameron Gardner, 6'4", 215-pound receiver out of Mississippi State. Then Cameron Haynes, a 6 foot, 180-pound receiver out of East Mississippi Community College. Miles Hobson, 6'2", 995-pound receiver out of East Mississippi Community College. Dog, like, I don't know how Coach Dancy is working this magic, but for him to get as many JUCO guys as he got, this is absolutely crazy. Now let's finish running down the names. We have Chadwick Morris, defensive back out of Mississippi College. We got Malcolm Johnson, defensive back out of Langston College. Let's see who else. We got Mike Cockery. Now, we had watched his highlights before. This is a hybrid outside linebacker and defensive end. 6'1" hybrid player out of Jones College. We seen his highlights before. This dude is an absolute monster, absolute beast. Dog, the defense is going to be absolutely crazy. Fred Smith, we watched his highlights too. A transfer out of Southern Miss. I think he playing corner. 6'1", 185-pound corner out of Southern Miss. Then we got Jordan Montgomery. We watched his highlights too. He played both corner and safety. The dude is an absolute athlete. JUCO, he's a JUCO out of Kahamara Community College, I assume. We have Jerry Marshall, offensive lineman out of Auburn Lane Christian. Jimmy Bennett, we watched his highlights too. He's a center out of Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Kyle Jawan Johnson, we watched his highlights too. Out of Iowa Community College. Kentrajo Davis, offensive lineman out of Jones College. Stephon Smith, defensive lineman, 6'3", 270 pounds, out of Haynes Community College. Davion McHaney, hybrid freshman out of Marshall High School. Then we got Taylor Shorter, defensive back out of Northeast Mississippi Community College. Dog, whatever Mississippi Valley State is doing, dog, they are doing a tremendous job over there, man. And I commend them. Now, this could be their greatest season ever, or in the last 20 years. If we're going back to 2000, they only had 2 winning seasons in the last 20 years, and that was in 05 and 06. And they only, mind you, they only won, that's the most wins that they had in the last 20 years was 6 wins. And they could be on their way to even passing that. Because let me tell you this, even with the players that they are losing, they're still gaining experience on the college level. And that's what most teams should go after when they're looking for talent. Like, they should look for the all conference player out of the JUCO, or that experienced player that's fast out of the JUCO level. You know, and look, and if you're getting that 3-star and 4-star recruit, you know, out of high school as a 3-star and 4-star, then you should go and get him too. But it really enhances your team when you have that college experience at the JUCO level, depending on the level. But yeah, man, this team is about to be absolutely amazing. And you know, and what they're losing Keontae Daniels, the leading tackler, William Morgan, Marquis Gladney, Vaughn Swagner, number 12, the quarterback Jalen Eason, and then Jarvis Cankman, the senior receiver. But with the talent that is returning, and then the talent that is newcomers, dog, this team, we could possibly see the winner between Valley State and Jackson State go on to play in the SWAC championship game. Now, I am going to talk about why I believe Jackson State will be back in the SWAC championship, but that's for another video. But yeah, this team right here, Mississippi Valley State, this team right here is, I believe they are getting the respect that they deserve. And the respect that they don't, not even that they deserve, the respect that they are taking. They are taking respect. Now, people should respect this team. Now, I said that I would after they played Jackson State, I'm no longer underestimating this team. And then for this team to beat Fairview the way that they did, dog, this is amazing, bro. That's amazing, dog. Like, I couldn't believe my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think this team may be more of a balanced team than ever. Now, I know Jakari Rankin was the leading receiver, and I do believe he will be the leading receiver on this team again. But the talent that is on its way, you have a 6'4", receiver and a couple 6'2" receivers. That's hard to pass up. That's hard to not throw to when they're on the field, man. And mind you, in the SWAC, you have 6'4" and 6'2" receivers. Jackson State is the only team that can match that when you're talking about corners and safeties. They're the only team in the SWAC that can match it. Like, dog, we talking about an offense that is about to do a complete 180. This offense alone, now, the defense was already good. I think the defense is going to be equally as good. But this offense is about to do a complete 180, starting with the quarterback. Like, this is gonna be very different. This is gonna be very different, man. And I cannot wait when they play against Jackson State, bro. Matter of fact, I can't wait till their first game of the season, how this team is gonna look. Now, there may be some complications with paperwork and who's gonna be eligible, who's gonna be able to play. That's what I'm most concerned about with this team. And if all of these players are eligible by week 3 or 4, and they're already off to a winning start, man, I can't see how this team doesn't get to 7 or 8 wins, man. I'm excited for this team, dog. I'm genuinely happy for this team, man. Like, this team is on the up and up. Shout out to Coach Dancy, man, and he deserved a contract extension. He's doing something that hasn't been done. I don't know how long for this team. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Valley State, man. Shout out to Mississippi Valley State. You know, I was critical of this team at the beginning of the year, and for them to do what they've been doing, like during this off season, it's absolutely amazing, dog. And I'm genuinely happy for this team. So make sure you guys once again, man, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and share. Let me know in the comments what player highlights y'all want me to watch, what other videos, what other game highlights y'all want me to watch, man. We are on it, man. So shout out to each and every one of y'all, man.